Welcome everyone, this is After the Bell. I am Jeff Meacham, but you already know that because you're sitting in front of your computer on a Monday watching the channel going, hey, it's Jeff, he's back. And like, I never left, but you're saying I'm back anyway because it's been a long week. So let's just get to your questions before I get too out of hand here.
You already did that.
Shut up. Ian Dunn. Jeff, there's a big rumor going around that Owen Hart is going to be in the WWE Hall of Fame next year. Who should put him in? Well, there's a rumor every year around WrestleMania time that Owen Hart's going to be in the Hall of Fame. And it's mainly a rumor started by this house. Because JJ started the Owen Hart for WWE Hall of Fame Please Martha group on Facebook that I joined before I moved in here. And each year we come to the realization after WrestleMania is over that Martha Hart's not going to allow that to happen. And she feels entitled to do that. I mean, it's her, it's her deceased husband, it's her, kids that got their father taken away from them because of a stupid stunt that Owen shouldn't have had to pull. And do I agree with it? No. I think that Martha should allow Owen's fans to celebrate his life, his career the right way. And until she comes to that realization, we're not going to get to do that. Now, if he is to be inducted next year or any time in the future, I think that his brother should be the one to receive the award for him, because after all, it's Bret Hart. He's a Hall of Famer. He kept it for his father, and Bret just deserves it. Who should induct? Natty. Natty's the current WWE superstar. She's the current WWE diva. She's the one who, is carrying on the Hart legacy, the Hart dynasty, if you will. Because, Tyson is there, yes, but he's not an official member of the family. He's family by engagement, marriage, whatever the heck they are right now. And Natty should induct, Bret should receive. If it happens. I hope it does. For Owen's fans' sake, I hope it does. Alright, Ricky Lawson has two questions today on Twitter. And the first one says, do you think Jack Swagger needs to be repackaged? I think Jack Swagger needs something. I don't know what a repackaging will necessarily for him. I mean, his gimmick is so good. He's a two-time All-American from Oklahoma. He's got a great Kurt Angle feel to him, and I think they're booking him incorrectly. I don't know if it's the packaging or if it's just them not having any foresight as to what to do with him. It's like they had a Kurt Angle and they did great things with Kurt Angle, but then again, Kurt Angle had the gold medal. Jack Swagger doesn't. So maybe there's something that they can do to improve Swagger's credibility. Having him on a losing streak sure didn't help him. And now he's asking for time away to be with his newborn baby. So, hopefully this recharge of batteries will do Jack very, very good. And Ricky also asks, who do you see between Matt Morgan, Velvet Sky, Angelina Love, and the Meach Machine Guns, who are free agents, signing with WWE? I'm not sure about Velvet and Angelina, and I only say that because I don't think either one of them would, it would behoove them to return to WWE developmental after being fired and then having success in TNA. Would they do well? Possibly, but personally, I don't care what happens to Velvet Sky. She saw fit to take her frustrations at other people out on fans that were supporting her and block them on Twitter, so she can go kiss my big fat ginger butt for all I care. And Angelina Love, I've never understood the appeal for Angelina Love. She's not incredibly attractive like, Velvet could be if she wasn't such a bitch. And, some of these other girls that you see in TNA. Angelina just doesn't have the appeal that I personally see. Mickie James, Tara, Gail Kim, Brooke Tessmacher to a certain extent. Those girls have the appeal, and a lot of those girls that I mentioned have the skill in TNA. There's WWE divas that have the skill that aren't getting pushed. Natty, Beth, Tamina. There's girls that don't have skill that are getting pushed. Kelly, girls like that. So would they do well? Possibly. Will they probably go back? No. The Machine Guns would be an awesome addition to the tag team division. I'd love to see Chris and Alex go back, go somewhere where they would be appreciated. I just don't know if WWE's that place or not, to be perfectly honest with you. The WWE Tag Team Division seems to be getting a kick in the butt, but will it be enough where guys like Shaven and Shelley could thrive? I don't know. And Matt Morgan, from all indications I'm hearing, is already on his way back to the Fed. He's already heading for the E right now. He teased on his either Facebook or Twitter that he's done making an impact. It's time to go to war. Raw is war. And I've been hearing he's been going back to WWE for months now, ever since his contract with TNA ran out. Just haven't seen him on TV yet. Will he be part of this, new thing that's forming between Punk and Heyman? Maybe he'll be brought in as a Paul Heyman guy, teaming up with Brock. I believe he was on Lesnar's team that year that Lesnar was heel at Survivor Series, along with Nathan Jones, who's not there anymore. So,
Tenzai.
Exactly. Tenzai and Big Slow were on that team. Thank you. So it could be a reforming of a faction under Paul Heyman. Maybe we'll see Matt Morgan that way. All right, on to the Facebook. Michael Fozzie, Jeff, do you think if John Cena turned heel, would it be as big a deal as Hogan's NWO heel turn or bigger? Well, the trend of John Cena heel turn questions continues on After the Bell this week. Seems it happens every week. I don't know if it'd be as big a deal, but it would certainly be huge. John Cena is the #1 babyface in WWE right now, despite that half the world still boos him. But you gotta understand, John Cena has been consistently more or less jeered since his first reign as WWE champion. The people have wanted him to be a bad guy. So for him to be a heel would be good. I don't know if it'd be such a huge switch. His reasoning, of course, would be, you guys all turned your back on me, blah, 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 I don't need you anymore, blah, blah, blah. But I don't think it'd be as monumental by any stretch of the imagination as Hulk Hogan. You gotta understand something. For those of you who didn't grow up in the 80s and into the early 90s and even the mid-90s cheering Hulk Hogan in the WWF like I did, him becoming a bad guy was a huge thing. This guy had been waving the red, white, and blue. He'd fought all these horrible guys. He'd fought Andre, who turned on him, Mr. Wonderful, Randy Savage, who turned on him. Gave the Warrior his only decent match, besides the one with Randy Savage, that he ever had in his lousy-ass career.
Slaughter.
And Slaughter. Seriously, he turned Sergeant Slaughter, who was a washed-up, second-rate has-been, into a main-event heel simply by challenging him at WrestleMania 7. Love Sergeant Slaughter. Definitely Hall of Fame career, but he was definitely past his prime by the time WrestleMania 7 rolled around. And that program with Hogan and the Warrior changed everything for Sergeant Slaughter. You've got that. You've got The Undertaker's first big run because of Hogan's championship loss to him. You've got the feud with Flair that went on, throughout both companies. And Hogan being this ultimate hero that the kids could look up to, and all of a sudden he's walking down the aisle and dropping a leg on Randy Savage, his blood brother, and saying the fans can stick it. It was like, holy ass. Kids around, sorry. It was like, Hulk Hogan's bad, no. And I'm, trying to watch a scrambled pay-per-view channel, because I couldn't afford pay-per-view back then, and going, I was one of the only few that actually stuck with him. Because I knew, at whatever it was, 13 years old then, that this happening was the turning of the corner and it would rejuvenate Hogan's career, and it did by leaps and bounds. Will a heel turn rejuvenate John's career? Probably not. And I think that's why Vince is so scared to do it, because it will not help anything. Just keep everything status quo. That's a dad's topic I can use later. Okay. On to YouTube, as I wasn't prepared for that because I thought I had more questions on Facebook. I apologize, by the way, to you guys on YouTube. I have not addressed your questions except very rarely. I did it last week, and I thank JJ for helping me out with the questions on that, but I have mistakenly ignored you guys. I haven't intentionally done it by any stretch of the imagination. It's just been, there's been so many questions coming in on Twitter and on Facebook that I haven't had the chance to get to you guys, and I'm going to rectify that right now. Alright, on YouTube. Just gonna start reading. Let's see. Oh yeah, by the way, Relaxing Ghost. Wow, you call your wife a cripple. How rude. She ain't my wife. She's my ex-fiance, and her nickname's Cripple. Shut the fuck up. Excuse my language. Sorry. Seriously.
She calls herself Cripple.
Seriously, that's her nickname. She calls herself Cripple. Get over it.
I am the cripple.
Moo Moo Shiny. Why do you hate Rey Mysterio? I don't hate Rey Mysterio. I don't hate Rey Mysterio. I don't hate Rey Mysterio so much. There is a Rey Mysterio mask in my house right now. Thank you. I hate the fact that WWE used the death of Eddie Guerrero to push Rey Mysterio as a world champion. Oh, jeez. Oh, Also, Moo Moo Shiny, that story about the chairs thrown at you was so fake. LOL, you said that she wasn't there, and then a minute later you told someone to take her to the back. Dude, I got hit in the head with a chair. I didn't remember if Jade was there or not. We watched the video after I taped this. I'll see if I can post it. Gary, help, post the video.
I was there. Gary knows.
Gary knows this.
Gary was the one who pushed me back into the back.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh. See, I know.
He was the one who said, "F out of there, Jade."
Oh, okay.
Because I wanted to stay.
I thought I did. Okay. Okay, let's see. Delta Godzilla Star. Jeff, WWE hasn't had Cena doing promos for Night of Champions for his match against CM Punk. CM Punk is the only one doing any promos for this match so far, as he more than likely is going heel. Well, he went heel. So are they afraid if Cena opens his mouth that people will start to boo him again and jump back on the CM Punk bandwagon? Because it'll be more or less the same Cena promos we've had for the last few years, or what? Well, it wouldn't surprise me if that's the reason why. I mean, you haven't heard John say more than a couple words at Night of Champions. He came out there and told Punk it would define his existence if he faced John at Night of Champions in John's hometown. And then we haven't heard anything much since. We've had Punk attack Cena. We've had Heyman apparently align with Punk, but we haven't heard much from John. Maybe we'll hear more tonight on Raw. You know, I'd like to see what John's going to have to say. It'd be very interesting. Scott Hall Razor, what are your thoughts on Tenzai? I think he's going great. Your thoughts? Didn't Tenzai used to be Albert? Isn't Tenzai the guy that's been jobbing since like the first couple weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hip-hop Hippo?
Yeah. He's doing great.
Fly today?
Yeah, he's doing real great. He came in, had like a good 3 weeks, and then jobbed. Yeah, they're doing real well with him.
They're doing better with Ryback.
This is true. Somebody commented back about my comment about the Punk using the Pepsi Plunge. There's one other reason he doesn't use the plunge. It's brutal on his knees. He had stopped using it as a primary finish for Ring of Honor during 2005. He'd bring it out on occasion. If he was still using it, he'd probably be retired by now. The impact is that painful. This is very true. I neglected to remember that. You know.
I thought that's what knee pads are for.
But even still, doing a pedigree off the second rope is still a big, you know what on your knees. So.
Double bag it like with a whore.
Whoa! Double bag or DP?
Double bag.
Okay. Just sure. Okay. Let's see. Telephoto USA. With CM Punk apparently aligned with Paul Heyman now, do you see Heyman building a stable of heels again? I must admit I rather like the idea. And who else would join said stable in your opinion? Well, I mentioned Matt Morgan earlier. If they were to go back to Heyman's, more recent WWE run prior to coming back with Brock this year, Big Show. Tenzai was there. It gives Tenzai something to do besides job every week. Actually, be part of the New Dangerous Alliance. Or whatever they're going to call Heyman's stable.
The Heyman Hustle.
I don't know if Paul let him use it or not. It's a thing. But it'd be cool to see Heyman have a stable of guys to go against, Cena and the WWE status quo. Maybe the Heyman Hustle stable versus the Triple H John Cena alliance, whatever that would be, coming at Survivor Series, which Jay talked about on either Dad's or one of our other shows that we mentioned. Andres Padilla, hey Jeff, love the show. Do you think the Macho Man Randy Savage will be inducted in the 2013 class of Hall of Fame? And why do you think they put Edge instead of him, the guy that just retired the last year, and put him in that fast in the Hall of Fame? Your thoughts? Edge's induction was the same thing as Eddie Guerrero's induction. They felt bad about what happened, so they put him in the Hall of Fame as a thank you for all your service and sorry your career is over, or Eddie's case your life is over. Here's a token Hall of Fame ring. Good job. And with Vicky, here's a token job for the next 6 years. Love Vicky, but good grief. With Randy, the fact that Vince actually acknowledged how cool Randy was after he died leads me to believe that the thick layer of mutual hatred or whatever between them has softened, and maybe Vince allowed it to happen. WrestleMania is in Jersey next year. If it wouldn't, it should have been in Florida because that's where Randy's from. But I hope so.
Jersey's where he won the title, right?
True. With Trump. That's very true.
Get Snooki to induct him.
Do what?
Get Snooki to induct him.
Oh no!
Oh no! Stat Boy rejected.
Well, Snooki's demon spawn may have grown so much by then because demons grow faster than humans.
Cute. We saw him on a magazine cover today. He's so
It's a Snooki baby. It's gonna turn into a demon within 6 months.
Yeah.
With spiked hair and a bro.
Seriously, it's gonna be Zack Ryder with green devil horns. Seriously, it's gonna be creepy.
Jade, you are banished from the house for that.
Seriously, saying Snooki baby's cute.
My boyfriend says different.
Excuse me?
Here we
You're
go.
banishing me?
I'm not banishing you, but I mean, I don't. Snooki baby's scary.
Oh, cute.
The fact Snooki was allowed to procreate in the first place is scary.
The genie said it best.
And guess what? It's wrestling talk. Snooki was at WrestleMania, so I can still talk about it.
There you go.
All you naysayers.
See, I know something
And
about
Jay Wow
wrestling.
was on Impact.
Huh?
That doesn't count. It's Impact.
Oh.
Damn, too soon.
Not
What about
too
Robbie E and Zack Ryder?
Exactly. You said it yourself. You said it
Is
yourself.
this
And then,
Jack Boy or is this...
what's his name was the DJ at the SummerSlam, Paulie D, or whatever the hell his name is.
The situation. or whatever.
The social media ambassador.
Paulie D.
Paulie D.
Damn.
They would never let the situation on Raw.
That's because Paulie D can say actually.
They
Actually
let
say,
Kevin Federline.
Yes.
Need I say more?
Seriously. We were there. We know.
and then it was just Paulie D can actually string a sentence together. Situation because kind of like stands there and goes,
Like this.
muscles pretty,
Bro.
bro, abs. It's like, dude, you're Scorpio. You're not Scorpio Sky. Shut up.
Hulk smash.
Yo.
Bro abs.
That's right. All right, next
Bro.
one.
Abs bro.
Abs,
Bro.
bro.
Abs bro. Bro.
That's right. Speaking of abs, bro. Hey Jeff, are you as excited as about Dean Ambrose, John Moxley, as the rest of the wrestling community is, or do you think he's getting too much hype? I don't know who this guy is. I've seen pictures. I haven't seen one match of his. So we'll see what happens when they actually put him on TV, if he's worth the hype or not. I doubt it. Randy Orton heel turn question. Haven't had that before.
It's been a minute though.
Oh,
You don't get them as frequently as you get the Cena heel turn question.
Oh, okay, fine.
You get one of these every couple of weeks as opposed to every week.
Okay, fine. All right. Chuck Rossi, do you think we can expect a heel turn by Randy Orton anytime soon? Also, do you think Randy is better as a face or a heel? Personally, I feel that the role of the bastard always suited him much more, and you could tell that he was much more into it than he ever was in his current babyface character. If you agree, what do you suggest would be the best way for him to make that heel turn? Thanks a lot. Love the show.
Sheamus with an RKO.
Seriously, RKO Sheamus from here to next Wednesday for 100 times. It's like Sheamus. For some reason, people seem to be loving this guy. I don't get the Sheamus love, but
I'm loving it. Sheamus.
Ron McDonald, very good, very good. I like what Jay did. That was good. I don't care if Orton's face or heel. I'm just kind of over Orton. He's he did the whole suspension thing and he didn't even care. He didn't care that he almost got fired. He doesn't care. So I don't care.
Would you blame him?
Well said.
Would I blame him for what? Getting fired or for not caring?
For not caring.
When you sit there and get caught with drugs twice, yeah, I'd start caring and stop being an idiot.
I don't know. The way that
Speak the stoner.
is just bad.
Speaks the stoner, not caring about drug use. Alright, Dead Till Godzilla star. Will y'all quit getting fake stone off my air, please? Seriously, get out of here. Jeff, you ever seen the movie The Chronicles of God damn it. Yeah, it has to end the stat boy. It's official. Alright.
Which means it's gone BFE.
That's right. Jeff, you ever seen the movie The Chronicles of Riddick? There's a saying in the movie about when good fails to defeat evil, sometimes you need another evil to destroy evil, or something like that. So I had a thought about a powerful heel versus another kind of heel. No baby faces kissing the fans' butts or indifference badass types. Just two or more pure but different heels that destroy each other. Have there been any good storylines like that in wrestling?
Heel versus heel?
Yeah, strong heel versus heel.
They haven't done that since like WrestleMania 8. Shawn and
That was SummerSlam, Shawn and Martel.
yeah, Shawn and Martel.
That
Yeah.
was SummerSlam that year. And that really wasn't strong heels.
Yeah.
That was two little whiny pretty boys fighting over Sherry.
I think they're talking about taking a guy like a Tenzai, who's a beast in theory in the way they present him,
Yeah.
and have him come in and just decimate like a Miz, who, for lack of a better term, is a whiny heel.
Yeah. Yeah, the only time I can think of a decently strong heel versus heel storyline and it wasn't even that because it was a WCW, was when Hogan and Savage were being little, whiny boy, over control of the NWO.
How about Sid and Nash?
Sid was a face. Sid was a face during that storyline. He was the world champion. Nash was the heel NWO commissioner.
No. The night after WrestleMania when
Diesel was a babyface.
Oh, he was heel with Shawn, wasn't he?
No. Diesel turned on Shawn at Survivor Series '94, and then 3 days later won the championship and built the babyface role heading into WrestleMania against Shawn. And then Shawn introduced Sid as the counterbalance to Diesel because he was the new bodyguard.
Mm.
Although we found out later through the WWE magazine that DiBiase had paid Sid off before WrestleMania, so in reality Shawn was already on the babyface train.
I was trying to guess. I tried.
I appreciate that. Alright, Red 56 reigns. Jeff, do you think the reason that TNA hasn't shown the leader of Aces and Eights is because they don't know who it should be and they're just making it up as they go? Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if that's... I mean, you gotta remember, TNA, used to be booked by Vince Russo. So I think doing this fly-by-night, Eric Bischoff-style booking where they're making it up as they go along wouldn't really surprise me in the slightest. I've talked with the people in the house. There's 2 schools of thought that have gone around, and one of them was presented by both Jade and JJ, and the fact that wouldn't it be something if they pull the whole, Eric Bischoff style thing, since he is the executive producer, and what if Brooke Hogan is behind all of this? What if Brooke Hogan is trying to undermine her dad's authority completely and shut down the company from within? And at the same time, what if it's Jeff Jarrett and James Storm and Chris Harris coming back and the old TNA boys from Nashville trying to be like, you know what, you Hogan, you took over our company. We were there in the Nashville days. AJ could be in it, Daniels, any of those guys, Kazarian. Wouldn't it be something if the old, the TNA originals that were fighting, the Immortal guys and all that back a couple years ago, wouldn't it be something if the originals actually banded together under this evil dark cloud and rose up against, Hogan and Sting and, Bischoff and all these guys? That'd be something. I'd like to see that. I really would. That'd be really cool. Alright, last one today. Big D 37-1000. I found an episode of Botchamania with you in it. It was a PWG match with Kevin Steen. Some fan was screaming something and they put the camera on the crowd and I saw you, Jade, and Lee. The episode was one in the 70s. It's actually not the first time I've heard that I've been on Botchamania. You gotta remember, Botchamania, a lot of it is filmed at Gorilla because, there's a lot of indie stuff out here in California, especially at Gorilla, and I know for a fact I've been on Botchamania. I'm not surprised to hear that Jade and Lee were on there with me. The old XFV crew frequented the Sweatbox a lot back in the days before they moved out of Hollywood and into Reseda and the Valley and everything. And I know for a fact that Mike and I, my old co-host, were on an episode, featured in the documentary 101 Reasons Not to Be a Pro Wrestler. There's an extra on that DVD on the menu where if you hit it, there's an interview with Mike and I with a broken PWG chair we never got to keep. And the reason it got broken, and I don't know if you guys were there for that or not, because I know I did meet the D18 crew at PWG, but I don't know if they were there for this one. Chris Bosch, in one of his many times getting pantsed, because he always seemed to lose his shorts at the end of the day, was mooning the crowd and scaring us half to death. And at one point he turned around and actually front flashed Nagel.
Sounds like Rico.
To the point where Mike fell back into his chair and broke through the chair. Granted, Mike's a big guy. I get that. But to be scared so much of the sight of Chris Bosch's, Little Bosch, that you'd fall through a chair, that's something. And Michael Moody, the director and producer of 101 Reasons, decided to include that story on his DVD. So we were famous before we were famous. We were on that documentary, and the Sweatbox definitely had a lot better memories, I think, than the new PWG, I guess, recently. And that's why, between that and the $25 front row or $30 front row, $20 general admission tickets, is the reason why we haven't gone to Reseda in a while. We occasionally make Bola or the anniversary show if it's accessible, but yeah, it's not going to happen a whole lot. But back in the early days, before I became part of the D18 apartment, we'd all frequent the shows. There were a lot of Bosch flashings. Anyway, That's it for After the Bell this week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I know I rambled on for darn near 30 minutes, as I almost always do, and I appreciate you guys tuning in and dealing with me. So, tomorrow is not going to be Renegade of Wrestling. It's going to be Renegade of Rants, featuring Statboy and the Renegade, of course, talking about their most recent excursion out of the D18 studios. They're going to talk about where they were and why the uploads were going up all at once last week and why the things were made live at midnight instead of just regular times throughout the day. You guys will find that out. Tomorrow's Renegade of Rants. For now, I am Jeff Meacham. This has been After the Bell, and I'm sorry I wasted y'all's time. Have a good day.